presentation provides an overview of what is documented in this research. The title of the research is Life Cycle Analysis of Electrode Electrolyte Separator to Improve Effectiveness of Supercapacitors. I am Vispi Karkaria and my co-authors are K. Pradeep, T. Rohit Kumar, P. B. Karandikar, Janet K. Allen and Farokh Mistry, and the paper ID is 19439. Now let's go to the next slide. In this slide, we are going to discuss the overall background of the research. First, the questions addressed in this paper are: what are the most dominant parameters in the working of supercapacitor? And the second question that we answer is: what are the relationship among the dominant parameters of electrode, electrolyte and separator? Now if we see the background, we come to know that a supercapacitor is a promising energy storage device and is widely used in electric cars, electric planes, household energy storage and sources of other electrical appliances. And the main drawback in supercapacitor is that it drains very fast. Now when we see in the result, we see that the key results are documented in this paper and they are shown in the graph. And when we see the contribution in the paper, we see that these results have helped us to find the dominant and important parameter in supercapacitor and the relationship to find capacitance of supercapacitor. Another thing is that based on the results, the flow of electrons at the molecular level is also explained in this paper. Now we move on to the next slide. In this slide, we will see the background of our research. Capacitors are capable of storing energy similar to batteries because they have capacitance in farad and not in microfarad. Second, supercapacitors are important because they are used in car, space equipments, marine applications, farm machines and many more. A supercapacitor can be an alternative to batteries as the charging time of supercapacitor is comparatively low as compared to batteries. But the main drawback of using supercapacitors is that they discharge their stored energy very fast. Hence, this drawback needs to be rectified to improve the efficiency of supercapacitors. In our research, we have taken into account the electrode, electrolyte and separator material. The parameters that are considered are summarized in this slide. There are three major components of the supercapacitor, namely the electrode, the electrolyte and the separator. The electrodes are the two nodes where positive and negative charges are stored. The electrolyte is where ions are formed and the separator material maintains the insulation between the two electrodes. We have taken the significant parameters from all the three major parts. For the electrode, the specific surface area is the dominant parameter. The specific surface area can be defined as the total surface area of the electrode material. The electrons settle on the surface of the electrode. Hence, the larger the surface area, the higher the electron carrying capacity of the electrode, and hence more energy will be stored. The electrode is mostly porous so that the surface area can be increased. Now, for electrolyte, after studying all the important parameters, we found that electrolyte strength is the most important parameter. The electrolyte strength indicates the number of ions in a solution. If the electrolyte strength is more, then the number of anions and cations can be created and more electrons can be dislodged. We can say that more will be the electrolyte strength, more will be the ions in the solution, and therefore it is the dominant parameter if we consider electrolyte. The absorption constant indicates the amount of electrolyte stored in the separator material. Hence, the absorption constant is the parameter for separators. It is defined as the ratio of weight of the separator with electrolytes filled in it on the weight of the separator without the electrolyte filled in it. The role of a separator is to separate the two electrodes, so if electrolyte comes in between them, then there is no short circuiting. Hence, we have taken absorption constant as a significant parameter for separator material. The experimental procedure is documented in slide 5 and 6. In slide 5, I summarize how the experimental sample is made. First, the separator is cut in a dimension of 5 into 5 into 1.5 centimeter as shown in the figure. The wire mesh separator and packing material are cut according to the dimension as shown. The electrode material is bonded together and attached to the wire mesh with the help of distilled water and isopropyl alcohol. In this, we make a mixture of all these components and then apply it on the wire mesh with the help of a wire brush. The electrode material is initially in the form of a powder, and hence we need to weigh it before making it a solution, and the weight which we take is 20 mg per centimeter square. After making the electrode, we put a separator in between the two electrodes and then pack the material with the help of Fevibond. At the outside layer of the supercapacitor, there is a packing material that is made of polypropylene. A section of electrode is allowed to come outside the supercapacitor so that it can be connected to the circuit. Then the packed unit is dipped in the electrolyte to soak it, and from which the electrons will come. All tests are done afterwards to check whether any leakage is there or not. In slide 6, I will provide an overview of the experimental procedure and summarize the assumptions. Post-manufacturing, the supercapacitor is charged and discharged at least 12 times to make the electrons flow properly. A DC power supply of 30 volts and 5 amperes is used, which is converted from AC to DC using a converter made by Microtech. The supercapacitor is charged for 2.2 volt for 5 minutes and then it is allowed to discharge. The time of discharge is noted. This data is then used to make a discharge curve, and by using this curve, the capacitance of the supercapacitor is calculated. The assumptions that we have taken into consideration are important to appreciate the validity of the experiment. The assumptions are that the electrode and electrolyte material is pure, mean, and there is no impurity in it. Experimentation for conducted in laboratory and not in a glove box. So there is no possibility of impurity getting inside the supercapacitor. We have not taken this into consideration also, that while manufacturing the supercapacitor, there can be a possibility of inclusion from atmosphere or from dirty hands. These inclusions could hinder the performance. All the testing have been done using 2.2 volt. So these are the assumptions which we have taken in the manufacturing process. Now we are going for results and calculation, and we need to know the relationship between the parameters. The variance inflation factor, or VIF, is the quotient of the variance in a model with multiple terms divided by variable. In short, VIF is the measure of dependence between the design parameters. If the variance is less, then it means that the design parameters are independent and our model is correct. The VIF which we are getting for this research is near to 1, and hence our results are correct. Now we move on to the results part. All the results have been calculated on Minitab software. The chart on the left hand side is a Pareto chart which shows the impact of each and every parameter. The specific surface area and absorption constant together has the highest significance or impact, and absorption constant of separator has the highest significance. That means it is the most dominant parameter which governs the capacitance of the supercapacitor. The main effect plot shown us on the right hand side shows us the change in error when we change the different parameters. The electrolyte strength is highest when we used an electrolyte of 0.3 moles. The specific surface area and absorption constant decreases as we increase these parameters. Below, we have written an equation that makes a relationship between electrolyte strength, specific surface area, and absorption constant with respect to the capacitance of supercapacitor. The capacitance of the supercapacitor can be found out by using this equation. The computed results are shown in this slide. In the figure on the left hand side, surface plot of capacitance versus absorption constant and specific surface area is shown, and in the figure on the right hand side, contour plot of capacitance versus specific surface area and absorption constant is shown. On the left hand side figure, we clearly see that as we decrease the absorption constant and increase the specific surface area, the capacitance of the supercapacitor increases. And similarly, we see in the figure on the right hand side that as we decrease the absorption constant and increase specific surface area, the capacitance increases, because in the contour chart, the darker the color, the more is the value, and our value over here is capacitance. So these are the prescribed values to be used. Now in this slide we discuss the results. First of all, the electrode material must be highly porous so that it can increase the specific surface area, and accordingly the capacitance of the supercapacitor will increase. Secondly, we came to know that the combined effect of specific surface area and absorption constant is high because the porosity of the separator and electrode material plays a major role in determining the capacitance of the supercapacitor. Thirdly, as the absorption constant increases, the porosity and the pore density of the separator also increases. Then the number of ions also play a major role in the accumulation of the charge, and what it is observed that for any capacitance it does not increase or decrease, but it has a minimal effect. This is because the electrolyte role for the ions do not play anything in holding the charge. In slide 11, the contributions documented in the paper are shown. Now in the end, we can say that through this research we have identified the absorption constant as the most dominant factor. Then we have found that absorption constant and specific surface area combined has the greatest influence on capacitance value, and the relationship between three major parameters, mainly electrode, electrolyte and separator, has been found. We also found that for 0.3 moles electrolyte strength is the highest, and at last we found out that an increase in specific surface area and absorption constant increases the capacitance of supercapacitor.